Greetings gamers, welcome to episode 1 proper of our FC Andorra Road to Glory series on FM20. The full game is finally out and here to enjoy, and hope you do all enjoy it, because I really hope I do as well. Now if you didn't watch episode 0, that was basically introductions to series, our goals, a bit of look around the team, the club, all that kind of good stuff, so please do go check that out if you haven't already. Gives you a bit of a grounding to the series, but otherwise we're going to start by having a little look on the Google Mappage of the club where we're actually at and the country we're at, because obviously I'm sure like me before this you'd not really come across them all too much. So as you can tell by the fact that Andorra is a tiny little country dwarfed by the Spains and France around it. I mean, even any other country around it really. We don't have like, obviously a huge pool of both fans or players, but what the kind of hope would be is to make us kind of like the national icon of Andorra. It's almost like everyone in Andorra would support us, and at least then you kind of get in a decent bit of support, and also trying to get some glory hunters from the neighbouring countries to come support us as well. But as you can see, not a huge country. Now we are there, Camp de Esports Prada del Moz. I'm probably saying it all wrong, as you will know. Any of the Andorrans or whatever watching, I'm going to butcher all pronunciations. It's just what I do. So we go to the satellite view. Then you can sort of see it is very mountainous. It is known for obviously being ski sort of resort country, and a lot of people go there. And also I used to work in sort of ski and snow sports sort of industry, and I know loads of people that went there, so it's a beautiful place, but it's just not somewhere I've been before. But this is us, so this is our ground here. This is the road that you saw on like the intro we did yesterday. Sort of looked at an image of that loads of people basically stand on, so it kind of means that even our attendance or capacity is like 1200, technically it's unlimited in my opinion. So I feel like FM's screwing us out there, because we can have so many people just stood on this road or in like the hills with binoculars. I mean, come on, that's worth at least another couple of thou. But yeah, obviously kind of in the middle of nowhere, but it looks like a really nice place. And if we have a little drop down to the street view, we'll start with the roundabout here. Now I think the ground has recently developed, so it might not be. Yeah, the street view is from October 2014. So I feel like they actually updated this in like 2015 or something, or definitely later anyway. You can kind of see it if it changes over. It's got a stadium and a bit of a stand anyway, and things there where it doesn't actually have that when you get a bit closer. And for some reason I can't do the little thing now. There we go. So the image is not quite up to date, but you can kind of get an idea for the local area, and it very much looks kind of ski resort-y and things like that. And that image seems to have like bugged out over there for some reason. But if we go over here, just look at some of these views, guys. That is just such a nice view. We're in kind of a valley right here, so I don't know what the flooding is like or anything. Like after the snow and ice has melted, it must get kind of bad, I suppose. You're in like the middle of a valley almost. Feels like this kind of like a riverbed that we're kind of in, but looks like a really nice place. And I'll say Andorra's not really somewhere I've come across too much. That's a nice little shop or something. But I say a lot of people are giving it, sort of said it's a really good place for like skiing and things like that, and it does actually look quite nice, to be honest. So someone just chilling out casually, leant up against the bar lounge, chill out. Quite like it's chill out as well. That's kind of cool. So after we've done some tough games, we can obviously go out and have a chill out. Perfect. But yeah, that's what a quick little look, just so you can sort of have a little idea of where we are in obviously Andorra and what we've got. So that is us. Let's get started, guys, with the main series. So welcome to the actual FM20 game then. It is here. It's the full game. There's no, this is a beta kind of tag anymore. We are here, guys. Hope you're as pumped as I am for this. Basically, before we even get started into this, let me know what team is going to be your first proper full game FM20 team to manage. I'm sure there's some really wonderful and weird selections out there, so let me know in the comments down below. That's your to-do task for today's episode. At the very least, let me know who you're managing. I've already had a few people say that they are going to manage FC Andorra themselves, which is pretty damn awesome. And if you are on the fence about who to manage, maybe you've not got set your sort of sights on someone yet, then do consider FC Andorra. It's a very much a big challenge. Obviously, you don't have to go to the extent of me of overthrowing Barcelona. You can just like get them to the top flight, win some stuff, that kind of things. But I think if you're not sure, basically these guys could be a really good save to do. And if you do choose to manage FC Andorra, then basically please do let me know how you get on, like if any like special transfers, board weirdness, or stadiums, facilities, tycoons, promotions, relegations, all that kind of good stuff. Do let me know in the comments, regular updates of how you're getting on, and anything kind of weird happens, then show me some pictures on Twitter, and I will happily put them on this save too, just so everyone can see how we're getting on. But yeah, if you are on the fence, they'll be a really good option. But let me know down in the comments what you are managing, who you're managing for the first save. Now, for this game then, there's obviously been a lot of transfer stuff I've done. Not tons. You can see by the finances that, and we kind of covered it last time, we're in a bit of a black hole, or a red hole, should we say. We're going to projected to lose 2.5 million, and that obviously continuing to rise quite drastically. So they don't look good. We definitely need some board cash injected into us. Yeah, this is going to be one hell of a save. Very much my biggest challenge ever, I think, so far on YouTube. But in terms of the squad, then let's have a quick look at them and the transfers we have done. So these top few, they're already done and dusted by the club. When we came in, it started here then. So, the rule of this save is basically only under 23 players can be signed, but that doesn't apply for the first window purely because this first transfer, we need to try and get this club, some of the deadwood out, get some set players in, whether they're experienced and younger, to get this club promoted. We must try and get promoted this season, and it's going to be really hard. We kind of touched on that a little bit looking at yesterday's episode of how difficult that's going to be with the whole promotions and 4 kind of subdivisions and all that kind of jazz. It's going to be hard, so we need a good squad. So therefore, in this transfer window, there's no rules, but from going forwards, we can only sign under 23 players. And like I said, I do throw it open to you guys to suggest any other kind of rules that you might want to add in to keep it interesting. But the one player, the first player we brought in then was Lucio, who obviously, as you can tell, definitely under 23. He's 41 years old, but he's doing pretty good for it. He's been at obviously Inter Milan, Bayern, Bayer Leverkusen, Juventus. He's been around the block, it's fair to say, should we say. Now his physicals are declining, but we are in the Spanish lower divisions, so it's not massive. He can get away with that. The fact of the matter is, he's got brilliant mentals, which will make up for it, and his technicals are really good too. So, I mean, just look at how many 10s in like the random areas he's got as well. He's going to be a fantastic player, 105 caps, only here for the year, 1.8 grand a week. I think that's a really good pickup for this division. Obviously, a player I've never used before, I don't think. Another one that's an older, 35-year-old, Uche. He has been around Spain pretty much his career, bar a couple of little bits here and there. So he knows these divisions, especially recently, and I feel like he can get us a few goals. He's a 4-star player in our team, and I think he'd be a decent one. Primi then, 23 years old, so a younger player, 4-star potential, 3-star current ability. He's a centre-back option for us. He's going to be sort of one of our 3 centre-backs. Yes, we have 3 centre-backs. And he already has like decent first touch and passing to be a ball-playing defender, which is pretty damn cool, if you ask me. But he's got some good all-round stats, bit of potential, £800 a week. I think we can't really complain at that one. We then got Adrian Marino, who I just keep saying Jose Mourinho because, well, it just looks so similar. But he's a centre midfield option, playmaking kind of option. And again, a decent player, 31 years old, year deal, but he's worth a fair amount of money. So if we continue that contract, we might actually even be able to cash in on this guy. You never know, but probably not. Now, we'll then move on to another youngster, 23 years old, goalkeeper. He's got some decent stats. Got to remember, this is lower leagues. He's got a bit of potential at 4-star. So I'm trying to hope that we can maybe develop him a little bit and maybe in a couple of years or so sell him on for even like 90 grand, 100 grand, something like that. Obviously, being in the lower leagues, we can't give extended contracts out, and I'm trying not to anyway. I think we can give 2-year deals, but I'm trying not to because next year, if we can get promoted, I think there'll be a huge turnaround because, again, this club would need to massively sort of get players in and out to adapt to the next level. We then got Eric Garcia. Now, I went in for loads of loan options, and even people in the comments of the first episode yesterday, which is brilliant, please do keep this going. We're sort of suggesting some players, but the thing is, a lot of them won't join us. So any player that was kind of available for loan right now, they've not already had one set up in real life, they were generally at bigger clubs, and therefore, literally, as soon as I went in for them, they all would say, without hesitation, whether it's La Liga teams, or whether it was Premier League teams, or wherever, we don't want to loan players to the Spanish lower divisions. So I was stuck. But this one, that didn't happen. I went in for this guy expecting that, and they was happy to loan him. So we've got him for 2.4k a week, so we're paying his wages basically, or a chunk of him. I can't remember if it's his full wages. Oh yeah, it's only a chunk. He's on 12 grand, which is not too bad. But he looked incredible. 4-star, current ability, 5-star potential, potentially a first division, which is La Liga, centre-back. Now, his contract expires in 3 years. We've got him on a 2-year loan, and I'm kind of hoping at the end of the first year to extend that up to where his current contract will expire, and pray to God they just let him go. I really doubt it, I'll be honest with you. I really think they're going to get tapped up by someone, or they'll offer him a new deal because he's good. But you never know, guys. I think the only way literally we'll get this player owned is if they let him go after that 3rd year. But we'll see. At the very least, we've got him for 2 years, which is huge. So let's go on that one. David Hinojosa? I don't know. I will absolutely butcher pronunciations. You should know my concept by now, guys. And if you're new, well, you're soon going to figure it. I'm not great with the old nameage. But a sort of young player, 23 years old, just brought in for some cover in that central midfield who really lacked cover. This guy, a bit of a mistake. We brought him in on trial, and it actually said it was going to be like 3 to 3.5 star potential. And I thought, well, that's not too bad. When he came in, I think it was the physicals we couldn't fully see. A few of them were like 5 to 10 or whatever. But yeah, he's not as good. But he's still there if we're really, really, really desperate, I suppose. But yeah, we'll let him go after the end of the season. He's only on £110 a week, so it's not the end of the world. And then Garmedia, again, another sort of just centre midfield cover option. Nothing spectacular, but he does have 4.5 star potential, apparently. He's got good determination, so you never know. We might be able to maybe cash in on this guy. He's not on a lot of wages, 21 years old. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes, guys. On the outset, I basically just tried to get rid of any like wingers because I'm not using them. Any players on big money. For example, Javier Martos, we kind of looked at him, I think, in the last episode. He's kind of down as being like our best player at the club when we joined, but he's more of a wing-back, but then we have another wing-back that's just as good as him, but actually kind of better in terms of his wing-back stats. This guy kind of wants to be a centre-back, but with wing-back kind of stats, it's awkward. I feel like we've improved him, but also he was 35 years old on like $4 grand a week. We've been able to get rid of him, and for that same wages, bring Garcia, Lucio, and someone else. So I think that's really good business. We've got kind of 3 in for 1. I think that's a really good deal, to be honest. And that's kind of what we've got to do. We've really got to sort of just, I don't know, wheeler dealer our way through to the top flight. We're really going to have to buy to sell. That is going to be how we do this. We're really going to have to bring in free transfers of young players with potential and probably have a good season out of them and then sell them for like £1 million here or there and basically reinvest half and probably half of it will pay off debts. It's going to very much be around that kind of frame right up to where we start getting European money, and then we can start not having to do that. So it's going to be a while, guys. It's going to be a while. It's going to be very much a challenge. Not had this kind of challenge before. So yeah, that's kind of us on that front. Now I'm going to show you the staff and like the youth teams and stuff like that in a future episode, just so that this one doesn't drag out too much. But otherwise, let's have a look at the tactic then, guys. So this is our tactic. It looks a bit similar to how we finished off FM19. In terms of, I really, really enjoyed the three centre-backs, the wing-back sort of combination. It was amazing. I really enjoyed how it was playing. So I kind of wanted to try and see if we can keep that going a little bit, see if we can sort of tinker it slightly. So we've got 2 box-to-box midfielders because I just love how they can work in both boxes. They really help out defensively and offensively. The advanced playmaker kind of replaces when we had an AMC there. Just was a bit hit and miss on them, and we also struggled to find some really good ones here and there. But hopefully he can get up again and sort of support in this area. 2 advanced forwards to chase down balls and obviously just put the ball in the back of the net. And then we've also got the goalkeeper down there. And Lucio will be our sort of main rock in the middle with the sort of 2 younger players doing the running either side, so to speak, to try and save Lucio his poor legs. And like I said, this is our wing back that, like I said, he just comes across better than that other guy. At being a wing back. So I feel that's why we're stuck with this guy. And he looks pretty decent. He's only 22 years old. I think this guy could be a really good player for us. So we'll have to see how he develops. He might be one that we end up cashing in on potentially. We've also got Hilmar down in the left-hand flank, who's, look, again, pretty decent. He kind of lacks on the crossing, dribbling aspects of it. But again, you've got to remember kind of the level we're at. he's good. I think he's going to be a good player. Good, solid player. So hopefully we're going to expect some good things out from those guys. Main guy in the middle, I'd probably say, is Mourinho. Riviola is decent as well. 3.5-star player, 28 years old. He's a good sort of box-to-box option. Got some good stats all around. So I think all in all, we've got a decent squad here. The bench does lack, especially up front. We very much don't have players up there. I couldn't cancel the Pinga loan. I really wanted to, but we couldn't. I literally wasn't allowed to cancel it. Yeah, it was something. I think, what was it? I think basically I couldn't cancel it in his first transfer window or something. So I don't know, but yeah, we couldn't do it. That is one area I would like to try and improve on in January. Is if we can maybe get rid of him, maybe rid of Keita, who again is not the great, and a couple others potentially, and just try and replace them. Maybe odd few loans here and there that maybe could just give us some strength in depth. Because we have got 2 old boys up top. It would be nice to get some sort of young blood. With pace maybe up there just to sort of bring on when the opposition's tired. But we'll see how it goes anyway, guys. And as always, if you have any sort of suggestions, comments, do let me know down below. And if you want this tactic, it is up on a video I did, Typhoon of Doom, so you feel free to go and download it yourself. Right then, so let's get into this. Now, I will quickly just show you the second division, B3 preview. Where is it? Season preview. So you can see there, actually, that was lower. That was about 8th or 9th last time I looked. So it's actually improved with some of the transfers we've made, I think. But we are 4th, which is, if we can finish there, that I'd be happy with, to be honest, because that would get us into the playoff position. So we'll have to see. But Barcelona B, Gymnastic, Hercules down to be the top 3 with then us. Castellón, who was the club we almost went to, but we obviously had to go with Andorra instead. So be interesting to see how we get on. I just really want to get in that playoffs. We just need to get promoted this year. That is the be-all and end-all. So top 4, get promoted. That'll do me nicely. Right, back to the team, though. So let's submit the team. Like I say, I am using the FM skin version 1.4. So it is linked in the description. Go check them out if you are interested in the skin. The only bit that's a bit annoying, I don't know if it's part of the skin or not, is the colours here. Just literally cannot read what has been said. So I think you can kind of adapt skins and go into it. So if anyone's good at that, please do let me know. Because I kind of need to just change this to like black font or something. Or just change the colours. I don't know. But either way, I need to try and do something with that. So that's a work in progress. But otherwise, I do like it. So dressing room then, let's get in. So we're playing Aegir. I'm not really sure where their preview was to come. But I don't remember seeing it at the top end anyway. So they're definitely below us. We need to try and beat these guys. I'm going to say, give the fans a performance to cheer for. I will also give them a bit of faith. Because the main thing right now is we haven't got that kind of team cohesion up yet. That's still poor. And I think until we've got that, we need to just try and praise them whenever possible. Oh, there's been an update, so I do need to change this over. It's obviously reset back to its normal defaults. Let's go. Go, go, go. Right then, so hopefully we're going to get a win today. That's kind of the important bit here. But also, it's our first chance to see a proper league game of this. I have let this sort of ass man do the pre-season friendlies. Because obviously I've been trying to get through and do the transfers. There's Mourinho! I'm going to call him Mourinho. It's probably not how it's pronounced, but I just see the name and think Jose Mourinho. I can't do anything about it. It's just kind of instinctive. But Lucio, the big old centre-back lump up there. I mean, it doesn't look like a lump on there, actually, but puts it along. And there's big old Jose at the back post to sap it in. Good goal, 1-0, 3 minutes on the clock. And we're seeing the third highlight. I don't quite know why. We'll just get past that. But 1-0 up, guys. 4 minutes on the clock. Stats-wise, 2 shots on target. No, 2 shots, 1 on target. Looking pretty decent at the minute, which is good. I don't know, it seems to have paused, but not paused. Don't know what happened there. No idea. I seem to do a skip, and it seemed to like pause it without pausing it. Interesting. Don't know what that was about. Anyway, Fonzie Nadalez, Taras. Need to try and close them down here. Get the ball back off them. Maybe spring a counter on them or something like that. The wingbacks are definitely going to be hugely important. That's a big ball up. Uche's through. Uche. Come on. Uche's first goal of the season, assisted by the centre-back Garcia. That was just literally a lumped kind of through ball there. But I love it all the same. Garcia just takes it down, just literally whacks it through. Defender does poorly there against him, but Uche comes through, scores, and I think he's going to be a very important player for us, Uche. He's got some really good, well-rounded stats for this level. Like, he's not super slow, but he's actually decent at finishing. I think he'll be pretty good. I think he'll be pretty good. We'll have to see, though, as the season draws on. Mourinho, ball in, back post, Uche again. Oh, he's gone all the way back to the defender. He was literally on like the 6-yard line and then played it back to the defender. So, interesting choice on that one. But so far, decent possession, decent amount of chances. We're doing pretty good here. I say I don't know exactly where these guys are supposed to finish. I don't know how good this is so far. As Casillas with a shot saved by the keeper, cleared by the defender. That name I do struggle with. Casadios. Is it Casadios? Victor, it might have to be. You know me, I have to shorten names down. Ilmar, Uche, Raviola shoots just wide from Ravioli. I know that's not his name, but again, fun times. Yeah, I think a few of these might need to get adapted names. I think he's definitely going to become Jose Mourinho. He might be Ravioli. He's just Victor. And he's definitely just Uche. But at half-time, 2-0, guys. That's pretty damn good so far. And I think we're only going to get better, guys. I'm going to say, don't get complacent. Get back out there. Because as the team gets... Because they're still adapting to each other. They're obviously still adapting to the tactic, to me, all that kind of stuff. So I think it can only get better, hopefully. Hopefully. As Rai puts it in. Mourinho knocks it down. Cleared. To Lamon. Back out. Come on, defend this, boys. 3 of you there. Come on, press them. Press it again. Come on. Ooh, that good. Come on. That was a misplaced ball. We've snapped onto it. Mourinho, shot. Hilmar. Into the box. Cut it back. Oh, why are you shooting? Why on earth are you shooting? Now, obviously, it's becoming widespread that the kind of one-on-ones and the cutting back of kind of like that chance there. In the real world, you cut the bloody ball back. You've got people there, at the very least, even if a defender like tries to put a touch on it, they might put in their own goal. You wouldn't just run it all the way out of play, basically, and then shoot. That's been picked up, I think, by quite a few people as a bit of an issue. So hopefully that does get a little bit of a tweak too, because I think, as you can see there, it's still not great. They kind of fixed, that was a massive issue, I think, in like FM, let's say 18 or something, or a few FMs ago, where they were just constantly getting to the byline and shooting. And last year, they said to like fix that. I got so many like cross goals and cutback goals. So I'm hoping they've not like reversed it and gone back to like a 2 years ago FM version. But we'll bring Cater on because Victor is not having the greatest of games. What else we got? Something uninterested and complacent. Right. We'll move him out because he's better of a box-to-box than Garmigi, who's more of a playmaker. We'll bring him in the centre. Bit of fresh legs in that midfield. Final 20 minutes to play. We're 2-0 up, still playing pretty decently. 63% possession, 22 shots, 6 on target to their 1. So we're looking in control of this game so far, which is good to see. It's Preemy. Knocks the ball forward. A little bit of a loose ball. Try and get it back to someone. Come on, keep pressing them. Come on. Ooh, that's a dodgy ball. Oh, guys. It's disallowed. It's offside. Calm. I'm going to say that was a very dodgy goal to concede because that was literally just like bit of pawn, play for nose, lump ball through the middle. Not exactly ideal. I'm going to praise them because we're playing pretty well. So I'm going to praise them. They're all fired up by it, which is good to see. And obviously, it's another FM, so I've got to learn what all the shouts work, if they've changed them at all. Because obviously last year, there's a few ways like, yep, definitely never use that. That's a good cross, though. Oh, Uche can't get on the end. He did cross it, though. So there's hope for FM20 yet. 3 minutes of extra time, and they've scored. Okay. Sure. Yeah, whatevs. What'll be like that game, We've completely done them over this game. Look at that. And yeah, we've let them score. Not happy about that, but that should be the game full time. It is indeed. 2-1. A little bit annoyed that we didn't get a clean sheet there. 91st minute, conceded the set piece, but we'll take it. Like I said, it's still a work in progress. So that does sit us 5th at the minute, but obviously quite a lot of people won their first game. So it's not the be all and end all just yet. He wants to say disappointing. I don't know. I'm going to just say a good win because we played all right, I felt. Like, yes, maybe we could beat them by more. I'm assuming that means they wasn't very good. So let me just go to the quick preview. They're down to be like the 3rd worst team. But not like they haven't got like stupid, ridiculous odds like these guys have. They're a little bit higher. So I think that's a bit harsh to say that. We're still developing. Like, if you look at dynamics, you can see here it's still poor. The rest of it's pretty good at the minute, but the team cohesion very much needs something. If you look at like the hierarchy and stuff, Lucio obviously is a team leader with his sort of how he's come in. Obviously, Uche is highly influential. So the experienced players we've brought in have really, I think, helped in that regard. Obviously, he's captain as well as Lucio. Mourinho is going to be our vice captain. But yeah, I think we definitely need to improve that. Once we do, I think we'll really kick into gear a lot more. And I think that kind of game there, if we were like team cohesion, like really good, that could be like a 3-0 win instead of like a 2-1. So I think that's where we're going. Really good sign so far, guys. Hopefully you've enjoyed our first episode, our first foray into this. Do let me know any comments, suggestions, and as always, I will see you for the next one, which I'm thinking we're going to come back for Pratt. I mean, what a name that is. We might have to come for the Pratt game. We'll see how things go, but probably I want to try and space it out decently so that we're getting a good amount of games in between the episodes, so it's not going to take us absolutely forever. So I might do a quick calculation, but I'm thinking maybe around this sort of area. So we might come back for the Pratt game. But otherwise, I'll see you soon, guys. Thanks for watching.